Like when I see somebody that's not in great shape, and you're a trainer, it astounds me. Your body shows that you don't have what it takes to get there. You're mentally, you don't have what it takes to get there.
But the thing is, if I'm going to be paying somebody to train me, you have to look the way I want to get to. What triggered you to want to discuss this?
What triggered me to want to discuss this?
Raise a glass for your best friend, best friend, best friend. If that's your best friend, best friend. Wind down with your best friend, best friend. If that's your best friend, best friend. Raise a glass for your best friend, best friend, best friend. If that's your best friend, best friend.
Welcome back.
Welcome back. Welcome back.
Welcome back.
Amazing.
Holy.
Oh,
Finally.
Finally back. Finally, it's warm outside.
Season 2.
Season 2.
Is it not?
Season 2
of the
Sometimes I Can't Stand You podcast. Yeah.
What's been going on?
Yeah.
What's been going on?
Oh, a whole bunch of stuff's going on. I know, you tell me, stranger.
Me?
Yeah.
No, I think you have some stuff to say.
Yeah. I have some stuff to say.
Yeah.
This is we could talk about this stuff all day, all night, as we always do. But you know what? No, one of the main things actually I wanted to talk about that was on my mind was entitled parents.
Okay, what does that mean? Because you brought this up to me before, and I was like, what is your definition of an entitled parent?
Entitled parents? A parent that thinks just because they're your parents, but they don't actually do the things that parents do, meaning they're not there to support you mentally, they're not there physically, emotionally, they're not there for you, period. You're not financially at all, right? But they haven't been there for you, but they expect just because they're parents. It's kind of like having a parent that hasn't been in your life your whole life, right? And then all of a sudden they just pop back in your life, and they expect you to be mom, dad. No, you know what I mean?
Have the relationship
and have the same kind of relationship when that bond has not been.
When they haven't done anything to earn that title, basically, is what you're saying.
Yeah, because you have to create that bond in order to earn that title as dad or father or mother, or
Yeah.
Obviously, you have some. It seem like you have some.
No, that I feel like if I'm with all transparency, right? That's a little triggering for me, based on I was young when I had my son, so I didn't always make the right decisions, right? So yeah, but you learn and you grow as you go along, and I think what makes me a good parent is that I wanted to change. I don't think I was entitled. I think I got snapped into reality, and I moved accordingly in order to make the relationship with me and my son better.
Yeah.
But I think the entitled part comes in when you feel like you're not taking accountability. Do you feel like that? Like the entitled part comes in when you're not taking accountability, and you don't feel just because as you said, just because you're a mom or a dad, you feel like that child owes you something.
When I say, I feel like, because the idea, you know what, Jerome, pull up entitled parents, our parents that are entitled. Pull it up on the screen so people understand what we're talking about. Right?
What do you mean?
Huh?
Pull what up? What are you pulling up?
No, the actual meaning. The
definition?
The actual definition.
Did you pull it up already? Have you Googled this?
Yeah, I Googled
and what was the definition?
You know what? I Googled it, and there are so many, entitled parents, you can't put entitled parents. You actually have to put, you have to kind of explain what you're saying, right?
Okay, and why is this something that you wanted to discuss? Like, what triggered you to want to discuss this?
I think about what triggered me to want to discuss this. You know what? I think about even like grandparents. I think because I feel like it's like a Jamaican thing, right? A Jamaican thing where parents or West Indian, not Jamaican, but only, I'm sure like West
Caribbean.
Indian people or Caribbean people experience that, where grandparents and stuff like that, and I see parents that do the same thing too. Expect people to just be like, just to have that kind of bond with them, even though you haven't spent that time to create that bond with that child.
Mm-hmm.
Do you understand what I'm saying? Just because you can't just pop up and just be like, oh, and the child is supposed to feel
a bond,
that bond towards you. It's impossible.
It's the little things that you do that, not the little things, but you know what I heard, a definition I heard in terms of, if you do the little things, the big things will take care of itself. So meaning it's the little things you do day to day that form that ultimate bond where you have with that child.
The little things.
The little things, yeah, the day-to-day things that you might think is nothing, but those little things add up to the big thing.
Yeah, because like I said, day-to-day thing, when you day-to-day thing, you say that yard coming a day-to-day thing. The day-to-day thing that happens, that means time.
Yeah.
Because you can't replace what I've learned in time is that you can't replace time. Time is the most important thing, no matter what, right? Spending time with your child, and that's how you create a bond with your child, by spending that time, those little things, like building those,
and the trust.
Yes,
that you build that trust because they know that you're always there. Then they can always rely on you or count on you.
Exactly. Even like when you talk about core memories, right? Building core memories with them, right? Doing outings and little things that you know, that you and them, they could look back in it and say, you know what, I did that with my
For example, with Moon, right?
Yeah.
My dad picks her up from school whenever we need him to, no matter what. You know what I'm saying? And I know they have their little talks.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So those are the things that she'll always remember.
Yeah.
You know, like as like her and her granddad always had those little talks in the car when he picked her up from school.
Yeah. And you know what? The little talks and the things they do too as well, right? Things they do, they spend, because even when I pick her up, right? If sometimes I know, because the thing with me and her, like, you know, I'm kind of like not anti-sweet, but lowering her
health
sugar.
conscious.
Yes. Lowering, and me and her, we've been on a journey to
make her more healthy, help her make more healthy decisions.
Yeah, and stronger, and also to build her confidence, right? Because
that's a side effect. Yeah.
Yes, that's a side effect from
making healthier decisions.
Yes, and working out and pushing yourself too as well.
Discipline.
Yes, discipline is very important. It's just like when I was talking to Jerome, because before I started the podcast, I was working out
behind the scenes.
Right? Yeah, so behind the scenes, right, Rome. Right? And I was saying I was talking, I was filming myself, obviously, and I was talking to the camera, and I was saying,
you were what?
I was filming myself.
Oh, filming. I thought you said you were feeling yourself.
No. That too. That too.
I wouldn't be surprised. I was trying to see where we're going with this.
That too. Very much so. You know,
you were filming yourself.
Yes, and rewarding it, I should say. I deserve it.
What are you talking about? You were filming yourself?
Yes, I was filming myself because you got me on topic with your nonsense.
Come on. Come on, get my track. Filming? You were filming yourself, yeah.
See, this is what I'm talking about right now. Like,
I'm trying to help you.
I don't need any help from you. I don't need any help from you. Like,
you just said you were getting off track.
She wants me to answer under duress. I'm not going to answer under duress.
Sorry.
I'm going to answer on your bidding.
Told what to do.
No. I'm not going to answer on your bidding. Like, slow down. Like, give me a chance to process. I need my time to process.
Forgot.
Just like you have your time to process.
A little slow.
Slow. You know,
because you can't do two things at one time. Is that why? Because you're on your phone.
No. I take my time. I take my time to process. Unlike some people, I don't need to be loud and. Out there.
I'm not loud.
You're not, yeah? So you just brought your vocal down.
I'm not loud. Just because you're loud what does that mean? I'm bringing the energy that's needed.
The energy?
I'm not trying to be cool. I don't need to be cool. I have no ego. I am me.
You don't need to be cool?
No, so I don't need to be cool or suave.
Is that a shot?
No.
Is that?
No, it's true. No, I'm just saying how I am. You're saying how you are. I'm just saying how I am.
You don't need to be cool, but what are you referencing that to, though?
Because you said I'm loud or whatever. Yeah, that's just how I am. Ain't nothing wrong with that.
Yes, but
you just said you don't need to be loud, right? You said that. Was that a shot at me?
Hold on.
No, answer. Can you answer that question?
Hold on.
Because I'm going based off of what you said.
Hold on.
Mine was a rebuttal.
Hold on.
Okay.
You want me to respond to that?
Yeah.
So
we're definitely getting off topic here.
It's okay. We'll file back. We'll file back. We'll file back. That's what makes this podcast,
Right now is
because we're actually, we're being real, right?
Okay, go on.
And we're also doing some therapy.
Very transparent.
We're doing some therapy in the middle of our
always.
Yeah.
Go on.
So
this is a really an insight into our everyday lives.
Yeah, this is so.
But the best part is we can laugh through it, right?
Exactly. So I said to you, you're loud, and you said I'm not. You said you're vocal.
No, why did you say that?
Hold on, let me finish.
You didn't say that.
Hold on,
that's not what you said. Thank God this is recording because that's not what you said. But go on.
So what did I say? Tell me what I said.
But I'm helping you. That's not what you said. That's not what you said. Because you said, unlike some people, I take time to process. I don't need to be loud. That's what you said. Go ahead.
And in return, what did you say?
I said, that's okay. I can be loud. No, I don't need to. I'm not that. I am me. I'm not trying to be cool.
Okay. The first thing you said was, I'm not loud. Your first rebuttal was, I'm not loud. And your vocal went all the way down. You went all, I'm not loud. Like that. That's what happened.
You're right.
Yeah. So you want to bring it back? We could bring it back if you want to.
Was that a shot at me though when you said that?
Hold on.
I'm asking you, when you said I don't need to be loud, you didn't answer the question all now.
Hold on one second.
Was that a shot at me?
Hold on one second. Are we gonna talk about what we're talking about right now? We're gonna
Oh God.
We need to talk about what we're talking about first.
Based on you not answering the question.
Because you're not taking accountability.
How am I? Jesus have mercy.
You're not taking accountability
to
that you actually hold on. You're not taking accountability that you actually said that you're not loud. And then you return to own to your loudness. Mm-hmm. So which one is it? Am I not loud or am I loud?
I'm owning it. I caught myself. Yeah. I am loud.
Exactly. So you see what I'm saying? You caught yourself. I appreciate that. I take that. I'll take that.
Okay, can I ask you a question?
I'll take that.
Can you answer the question now? Was it a shot because you didn't say I'm loud. You said I don't need to be loud. Were you referring to me?
Hell yes.
Okay, good. Thanks for taking accountability.
Yes.
Because if the cameras were rolling, you would never have admitted that. We'd be here for night and all along, and you wouldn't admit it.
That's not true. I tell you, you're loud all the time.
No, you don't. Well, yeah, you do. You say stop yelling, and I'm like, I'm not yelling.
What?
I'm not yelling.
And am I the only one that say you're loud?
No, but I'm not. You say I'm yelling. I'm not yelling. I get emotional and I get excited. I don't yell. I get excited, but it's not yelling. It's not yelling in terms of me trying to raise my voice for any reason. The thing is, when you say yelling, it insinuates that I'm trying to raise my voice at you. At being aggressive, exactly. It's not me being aggressive. I'm just getting emotional. When I talk, I get excited and emotional. It has nothing to do with you. It's just how I am.
You know what? Did you look that up, bro?
Yeah, I can't find which one you're talking about.
Do you remember what I said?
Entitled Parents.
Yeah, so it's almost like you got to actually break it down.
No, but what's the videos? Does it?
No, it's not a video. I'm just saying for the meaning. Say we're going to Webster's
the actual
or
definition.
AI or definition. Yeah.
Oh Lord.
I went through ChatGPT, right, and also says it gives me a definition of neglectful parents or emotional neglect. Oh, entitled. Wow, a lot came up. Look. Listen to these words: neglectful, emotionally neglectful, narcissistic, selfish, or entitled parents.
It says parents who are so entitled that they think their children and themselves should receive whatever they want pretty much whenever they want.
But no, but you see, the thing is, when you look for that, you have to actually break down. If you go to chat, do you have chat GPT there? So if you actually ask chat GPT, what do you call parents that don't take care of their children but expect love? Right? I don't think you have to say emotionally or whatever, right? But expect love, right? And it breaks down something else, right? So parent, you want me to say it? Or okay, parents, are you gonna pull it up?
There's no, I can't find a definition on that.
But I'm saying there's no definition. There's no actual definition. I think I have to come up with a definition myself. I gotta create a definition for that, because there's no actual definition for entitled parents, because it falls under so many different categories, right? Because I'm looking at it here, it falls under, like I said, right? Neglectful, but I wouldn't neglectful, emotionally neglectful, selfish, entitled parents, narcissistics, right?
I think the word for it's like a narcissistic parent, because when you're narcissistic, you blame everything on everybody else and never take accountability for anything that you do. So that I think that would fall under when you feel it. That I think that kind of more defines or what the kind of parent you're trying to sum up. So would you say there's entitled parent or grandparents? Like, what is your experience with an entitled parent? To put context to why you're bringing this up, or what triggered you to bring this up. If you don't want to get too...
No, but because what I see is like with a lot of grandparents, right?
So you're talking about more like your parents, and how it trickles down.
But I also see it like in the West, like in Jamaica, like with fathers that come around and they're like, I'm your father, so you should respect me. You know what I'm saying? And the child in turn say, oh, listen, you don't even around. Like, how can I respect you? I don't even around. But automatically they're gonna say that because they feel like I'm your father. I should get no. Hell no.
Do you agree? You don't agree with what that just because there is a father, they should respect you?
I think that
or if you went around, talk about if you went around.
If you're not around to take care of your child emotionally,
and you can't automatically expect
respect. You can't expect that. That's something that within yourself you have to build that within you. You have to build that back within yourself if you're not around. Because a lot of people think that, and the way how I look at neglectful or narcissistic, whatever you want to call it, those kind of parents are parents that were actually. It's not like if you're dead, sure. If you're locked up, sure. You understand? But if you're there in body, you're physically there, able to see your child and able to look after your child and able to be there and emotionally or be there for games or whatever it is that they need in their life for that structure when they grew up.
I understand what you're saying, babe. Like, okay, if you're not around for reasons that were out of your control, right? But still, that's not the child's fault. So you would still have to come back and build. Then you're not coming back. So there's no entitled. That wouldn't apply to this.
But that's what I said. That I said death. I said death or whatever.
You said locked up.
Okay. So suppose this happens, right? Somebody, their father gets into a car accident, right? Gets a car accident. Boom. The court decide, you know what? A car accident was your fault. It was like, well, listen, it wasn't my fault. That person was speeding. They hit, like, no, well.
Okay, whatever.
You know what I'm saying? That happened, right? Because I seen many situations that people, and like I said, there's factors and variables to the situation. You can't.
I know, but I'm not saying whatever the case may. No, even if it wasn't your fault, my point is the child doesn't know that, so it doesn't mean that you have to. Whatever it is not the child's fault. Period. Whatever it is. It's not the child's fault. So if you come back into their life, you haven't. The ultimate thing is you haven't not built a bond. You're absent for whatever the case is. So you have not built a bond. It's still your responsibility as a parent to come back and build that bond with the child. Just because you're away for reasons that you couldn't control does not mean that you don't have to build a bond. That doesn't excuse you from having to build a bond with the child. The whole point is you were absent. You were not there for whatever reason. And because you were not there, you did not build that bond. And you have to rebuild that bond with the child.
But I'm not taking away from that. I'm not taking away from it. What I'm saying is that even if that's the situation, I'm talking about variables, right? That you come back into that kid's life.
Because I thought you said unless.
No, like when you come back into that kid's life, right?
You have something on your shirt.
When you come back in that kid's life, plants. We got new plants all over the place. So, when it's still there. Blessings. When you come back into that child's life, yes, you have to put in that work, right? And you're gonna hear these things, right? But if that wasn't the situation, say like you're still around, that you weren't locked up, whatever situation, you were in debt, whatever, right? You're still physically able to be there, right? You're physically able to do that. So you're choosing not to do that. You know what I'm saying? I understand that you're gone, yes, and that's the situation, and that's not the child's fault. I'm not saying that's the child's fault. When you get back, you do have to rebuild.
But you think it's worse?
You do have to, but it's worse. It's a lot worse.
Yeah, but
it's a lot worse.
For your conscience, yes, you can say, okay, the reasons I couldn't be there is less. But I'm saying that in terms of the child, that does not weigh into how the child feels. Do you understand? That way into personally take away from the guilt that you feel for not being there.
No, that's not what I'm saying. That's not what I'm saying. I'm not saying making that up as an excuse. I'm saying that's
because you said you think it's worse.
It is a lot worse.
Oh, for who though?
It is a lot worse. To know that, right? Your father is up the street. I know he's up the street right there.
Yeah.
Right there.
But he chooses not to.
Right there. Yeah. Like he's 10 minutes away.
But he chooses.
And he chooses not to be there.
Yeah, I get it.
That's crazy.
No, true. Agree.
You understand? Even if you're choosing that, that's okay. You choose not to be there.
I agree.
You're making that choice for yourself.
I agree.
You're constantly making that choice, and whatever you're saying to yourself, you're constantly making these decisions in your own head, and what's the word I'm looking for? Justifying in your own head the reason why you shouldn't go.
Or just being a piece of shit and just not going.
Yeah, but that's what it is. Justifying in yourself the reason why you shouldn't go, or your priorities are in a disarray, or you feel like there's other thing you're living selfishly. You understand what I'm saying? Good, because a lot of those things is based on I feel men who didn't grow up with that kind of like that father figure that showed them that kind of thing, what it is supposed to be like to be a father that's there, right? Because how do you reference to that? Because you need that reference.
Because you didn't have a dad when you were growing up, because your dad died, right, when you were young. So I guess it's time. I guess me thinking back, it
is time.
What do you use as a reference? Because you were even there for your brothers, you know what I'm saying? So what reference did you use in order to be a father figure for your brothers, or just say for Moon or Tayden? You know what I'm saying? What are your references? Is it something you see on TV? Or like people who can you say you
know what?
Mirrored your parenting style off of?
You know what?
Is it?
I feel like it's based on. Hold on. I feel like it's based on what I've seen in time, and a lot of me understanding more of myself.
Yeah.
Right. Understanding what actually, because human beings, I feel like if you reference back into yourself and think about what would I want.
Exactly. Yeah, I was gonna ask you that.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
What would I want?
What would you want?
And you use that same thing of whatever I want,
and do it to your
and you reflect it back outside
to your kid,
to everybody else. That's how I look at things.
Yeah.
I don't know how everybody else does it, right? Because I never had that. Like I said, Jerome could tell you, I never had a father figure around, right? But I got to the point where I started learning a lot more about myself, right? A lot more about that it was cool to be smart. You know what I'm saying? It's not cool to be like dumb or be like a street dude and all that kind of stuff. You know what I'm saying? Because I grew up around like street dudes and all that stuff all my life. You know what I'm saying? But me understanding more about myself, I start seeing that there's more to life than just that. You know what I'm saying? And experience. And I feel like the more it is that you experience life, and I feel like sometimes when you're in your own little bubble, you can't see past what's going on. You have to step out of the world and see what's going on elsewhere in the world, right? to see how beautiful life is sometimes, and experience what life is, right? Because you can't experience life in that your little bubble. You're in your little hood, like, or your little section. You're like, okay, yeah, this is my little section here, and you know what I'm saying. You're not moving past that. Like your brain is stuck there. You know what I'm saying? When you start going elsewhere and start seeing how people live, and like life is out there, people are speaking different language over here. This is happening over there. You're like, oh, you know, I'd like to be in elsewhere, right? And then you think to yourself, and now you start thinking about your decision that you're making. Like, okay, are these decisions going to affect me doing that? You know what I'm saying? Yeah. That's what you got to think. Like, okay, that doesn't make any sense. You know what I'm saying? And then I think you start living your life in a different way. Taking pieces from elsewhere and applying it into your life. And even because sometimes, like, I feel like I am like a kind of like the catalyst of everything that happens around me. You know what I'm saying? Because I feel like I already face. I'm like the apple that's already bad. You know what I mean? But it's not fully.
You already experienced life, and people can learn from your bad decision.
Yeah. Because I'm the apple that's already bad, right? But it's not. The apple's bad, but it's not completely rotten. Horrible. You know what I'm saying? It still has some substance in it.
You said it, sir. You said.
Listen, I have no problem owning up to
the mistakes you made,
and the mistakes I made. I have no problem with that.
I'm just messing with you because you're trying to defend you. I didn't even say nothing, and you're like, that was not all completely bad. I'm you said it.
No, I'm not. I wasn't trying to defend it.
Not honestly. Defend it, but you reiterate what you said.
No. By me reiterating, it's just me explaining.
Clarify.
No. It's just me explaining what I mean by bad, like bad apple. Like me explaining that the apple's not completely rotten. Because when you think about, I'm just thinking about visibly of what I'm thinking about, right? When I think about a rotten apple, what it looks like, right? So when I'm talking to somebody else, they might think that rotten apple might be like rotten and moldy. It's not completely rotten and moldy. It is rotten, but it's not completely rotten. You know what I'm saying? So it's not for you. It's for like clarification of what I see in my mind and what I'm trying to picture.
You weren't talking to me.
No, but yes, I'm talking to you. But but I'm also talking to everybody else right now. I'm also.
So it's for everybody else, not me.
No, but it is.
You see how it's
it is for you.
You just said it wasn't for me.
It is for you, and it's also for everybody else. It's for you and also everybody. But the funny thing is, okay, I say it's for you, but then you start saying, because I kind of like, no, you see, you start saying, oh, don't defend yourself, but I'm not defending. I'm not trying to defend what I'm doing. That's the first thing you're saying. Don't defend yourself. Don't do it. No, I'm not. That's not what it is. You understand what I'm saying? Because how could I be talking, honestly, how could I be talking to you when you're trying to be like, okay, well, that's not what it is. How could I be talking to you?
I never said that's not what it is.
And the first thing your rebuttal is, how could that's not the way it is.
I never said that's not the way it is. I was just saying you don't have to explain yourself.
Yes, but
that's what I was saying.
But listen.
But you were explaining yourself.
No, but that's not what I'm saying. Jerome, do you understand what I'm saying? Or am I speaking French here?
What are you saying?
Thank you. Thank you, Jerome.
No, because Jerome's doing a million things right now. Okay, right now the production is completely different right now. So now he's in a completely different state.
Were you listening to what he was saying?
Like 25%. But I think he has a point. You're just not catching on the point. Repeat what you said, just so everyone's clear.
So what I'm saying is this. Listen, what I'm saying is this, right? Okay, how I'm visualizing something, right? Somebody else might not be understanding what I'm saying, how it's coming out of my mouth, right? So I feel like maybe, okay, am I breaking it down the right way? Because I'm thinking about how somebody else is looking at a rotten apple, right? But what I'm saying is the apple is not, because I'm an artist, right? Like when I say I draw, I paint, right? So when I'm looking at things, artistically. So I'm actually looking at the apple while I'm saying it. You get what I'm saying? So when I'm looking at it, I'm like, is the apple I'm painting right now? Is this what are they seeing? Are they seeing what I'm trying to capture right now? You get what I'm saying? So now I gotta say, no, that's not how I'm painting it. That's not how I'm capturing. I want you to look at how I'm actually capturing it. How I'm capturing it right now, it's like, it's not completely rotten. You know, it has some green parts to it right now. It's not completely rotten, right? I don't want you to picture a completely rotten apple. You know what I'm saying? Because if it was rotten, it was completely rotten, there would be no substance in it at all. You know what I'm saying? Because I can give pieces of it. You know, when you have like an apple that's rotting, you know what I'm saying? You know what I mean?
Oh, but the apple's rotten.
Yeah, but it's not completely. It's not the whole thing. It's not the whole thing. You know what I'm saying? So I could actually give pieces of it because the apple was completely rotten. I couldn't give pieces of it to you. I couldn't give a piece of everybody else. You get what I'm saying?
Yeah. I understand exactly what you're saying, and when when you say you're a rotten apple, it's just it's like a metaphor.
Yes,
exactly. So when you said that, because me and you were having a conversation, right? Yeah. So when you said that, I didn't at all take it as you being completely rotten. I know it's just a figure of speech. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's all I was saying. So if you're worried about, and I'm just one person, as you said, and you're talking to a whole wide web, but I'm just saying, I'm giving you
Jerome, did you understand what I said? When I said rotten apple, right? What did you picture in your head?
Rotten apple. Well, I just thought of an entirely rotten apple, but once you said the pieces of an apple, I just thought of an apple that was.
Hold on. Just let him finish. Like he's talking. Just let him finish. Let him finish. Finish what you're saying. Finish your thought.
Yeah, I just thought of an apple that had that was good, but at the same time there was parts of it that you can't eat because the parts of it is rotten.
Yeah. So you thought about that. I'm talking about when I first originally said rotten apple. What did you think about?
No, I wasn't. I didn't. When you reiterated it, that's when I understood because I wasn't focusing on the thing. So
yeah, but when you're saying what it's just like everything else in life. If I say something sometimes like right away, sometimes somebody might not catch on.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
They might not catch on. It might just be go past your head.
Yeah. But that metaphor is a well-known metaphor, babe. That's all I'm saying. It's a well-known metaphor, and I understood exactly what you were saying. I was just actually defending you. I'm saying I get it, babe. You don't have to I get I don't know why you took it as offensively, me saying that, because I wasn't. I was just gonna say, babe, obviously we know you're not a rotten apple. You don't have to explain, you know what I'm saying? Like, I think when people say that, they understand what you mean.
No, but okay, how you reiterated just now, it wasn't necessary because you have to allow me to finish my thought or whatever I'm doing. It doesn't matter how it's coming out, right? I have to be allowed to finish my thought.
You did finish it, and then I said it after the fact.
But that's what I'm saying. But I don't need defending from me finishing my thought. I want you to understand where I'm coming from. Yes, I understand where you're coming from. I'd like you to understand where I'm coming from. Yes, but you don't have to tell me that I need to defend myself because
I told you don't have to.
Yes. But this is what I'm saying. But this is what I'm saying. By you bringing up and saying that I don't have to defend myself, right? I don't have to defend myself. It makes it seem like I am defending myself when I'm not defending myself. You understand what I'm saying?
Yeah.
You're bringing up to the point that I'm defending, but I'm not defending myself. Right. You know what I'm saying? Right. I'm just bringing clarification almost to my own self. But why do
you feel you need to do that?
Hold on one second. I'm just giving clarification almost to my own self because a lot of time when I talk, I soundboard.
You soundboard.
I soundboard.
What do you mean by
that? I soundboard. I mean, like, whatever I'm saying, I know exactly what I'm saying, but when the words are coming out to you, right? It's bouncing back to me, and I'm actually hearing what I'm saying. You know what I'm saying? Right. So I'm bouncing it to you, but at the same time, as the words are coming out of my mouth, I'm getting more clarity.
You're processing.
I'm processing from me, bouncing out to you. You understand what I'm saying? Why are you looking at me like this?
I'm just listening.
She was listening. What was it?
I'm just listening to you. Because clearly I'm the one speaking French. But anyways,
clearly you're the one speaking. Clearly you're the one.
Yes. Yeah.
Okay. Well.
Okay.
Expand. No. Expand.
Because
please.
You want to know what I learned.
Please.
Let me tell you something, guys. Sometimes you just have to move on. You have to agree that you guys have you agree to disagree, literally, and just move on. Just move on. Go on.
Agree to disagree. What do you mean by that?
Because you feel how you feel about the situation. I feel how I feel about the situation, and we're not going to agree. I know this.
So you feel as if I was defending myself?
No, you're taking what I said in the wrong way. Like, I was just saying, I get you, baby. Like, I hear what you're saying. I hear you. Like, you know what I'm saying? Because you said not a fully complete rotten apple, but that's not how I took it at all. I didn't visualize a completely rotten apple. No, I didn't. I did not visualize that at all.
But did you understand that when I just said to Jerome just now, I am soundboarding, right? So if I'm soundboarding, right? If I'm soundboarding, right? I'm using you as a soundboard to bounce the words that I'm saying off you so it comes back to me, right? So I'm not trying to explain I'm not trying to explain myself to you initially. I'm trying to explain myself to myself. Do you understand what I'm saying or not? That's because that's what some.
So then, why am I sitting here? So why am I sitting here?
No,
so if you're just talking to yourself,
no,
like what?
no,
We can just get up and he can just talk to the cameras and soundboard off the cameras.
No. But if but if you hear what I'm saying, you're taking what I'm saying.
I am taking what you're saying.
But
so you have to understand there's going to be a response to what you're saying, right?
Yes. But listen.
Okay.
But listen. But me telling you that I am not defending myself, I'm trying to explain to you that I'm not. This is what I'm explaining to you now. Now I'm explaining to you that I'm not defending myself. You know what I'm saying? I'm soundboarding to myself, right? So the words that are coming out of my mouth is just bouncing off to you, right? And I'm hearing them back, right? As I'm hearing them back, I'm like, okay.
For yourself though. So but the point is, babe, you're talking to other people and you're saying you're visualizing other people taking it this way and you were clarifying what you were saying. That's what you initially said.
Yeah. But
so are you clarifying for yourself or are you clarifying for other people? Because are you talking to yourself? Like, are you like you're saying two different things?
No. But I have to have clear thought and being a clear thought in mind first before I'm able to explain anything else to anybody else. I have to be clear. And confident about what I'm saying before I could explain anything to anybody else. So
isn't me giving you feedback an instant indication of what somebody might think? I'm only one person, yes, but you saying it, right? And you're thinking, because that's what you originally said. You're like, Jerome, the reason I wasn't defending myself, I was just clarifying what I was saying, right? Because some people might visualize a completely rotten apple, and that's not what I meant, right? That's what you said. Yes or no?
Yes, that is
okay, so
what I said.
Me, as I know I'm just one person, but me, I said, well, I didn't take it that way. Yeah. I didn't take it that way. Yeah. That's all I was saying.
And that's perfectly fine.
Okay,
and
move on. Move on.
No, hold on. No, but that's perfectly fine. But I still I feel like you're still not getting my my point.
I reiterated what you said to you, right? And that you agreed that that's what you said. And I was just explaining what I meant. That's it.
But like I said, right? Originally, like I said, Jerome, right? Like I said to Jerome, and I'm saying to you, right? Both of you guys, I'm saying to you, it's like that. When I obviously you're hearing. Okay, you know what funny? The good thing is, and this one part that might be kind of a segue. Well, anyway. You understand me, right? Everybody else that's hearing might not understand me. So I feel like like me talking to you right now.
To yourself?
It's almost like talking to myself.
Freaking ass. Okay, let's move on. On that note. Okay.
But like,
so how do we? Okay, so in terms, because I feel like you have. Okay, tell me if I'm wrong, right? I feel like in general, and this is just so we're bringing more context into your topic, right? Because I find like people want to relate to what you're saying, or you know what I'm saying? Why is he saying this? What do you mean? And when you give context to what you're saying, and I think we have, but I feel like you don't like to give too much context because you want to get too personal into what you're saying or offend anybody, right? So in terms of entitled parenting, right? Because this is a topic you want to talk about. You have a personal experience with it, right?
Of course.
Okay. So how do you deal with it? Like, how do you deal with it? Like, what to change it, or maybe you can't change it, or like, how do you deal with it?
It's impossible to bend a grown tree.
Mm-hmm.
Impossible, right? You could try all you want but it's set in its ways, right? You couldn't let that tree be aware that that the wind is blowing. You know what I'm saying? But it doesn't mean that it's gonna bend. You know what I'm saying?
The branches might break. If you don't bend, the branch is gonna break.
right. Bend that too, right? But that.
And I mean break meaning you might lose a piece of your tree, like like.
But you know what? At the same time, you know what the same time is? You have to look at it from both perspectives too, because you have to understand the fault, right? And you have to understand, okay, the solution, right? And realize that the solution the solution there might not work, but how do you at least make an effort? Because you have to make an effort, even if it's not like you're gonna be like, okay, like, who cares? No, you're not going to say that, right? You're going to put your effort through. You know what I'm saying? 'Cause I'm sure, like, you know what? They might get it in an instant, then next day disappear because no thought ever stayed like in one person's mind, like for.
I think they're not going to change until it affects them. Until what they're doing, until they have to take accountability for what they're doing, and what they're doing affects them. Because when you say entitled, right, they want you to deal with them in a certain way just because they're your parent. And if you're not doing that and it affects them, that might be the only way that they change. Do you understand what I'm saying?
Yes, but I think they won't change, but
not change, but
you'll get some temporary grace.
Yeah.
You will.
Mm-hmm.
You get some temporary grace, but automatically, tree is still a tree.
Yeah.
Ultimately, yes. The tree is still a tree. The tree's already grown already, right? It's gonna go
Roots
back.
Are dug in
far,
deep.
deep, right? So you have to kind of like, you know what? Build your own kind of forest around that tree, right? And not be too harsh. You know what I'm saying? Because if you're too harsh, right? Like I said, I'm going off experience, right? Because you have to understand, like, okay, what is the roots of the tree, right? And you look at the roots of the tree, like how far does it go back, right?
Mm-hmm.
Right? You might say, you know what? It's their fault. But when you look deep into the roots, is it really just their fault?
Mm-hmm. They don't know no better.
They don't know any better.
They were planted that way.
They were planted
with
that way.
soil.
With that, yes, right. So you have to look way deep down and say, you know what? Well,
deal with it.
I understand. But I think sometimes you have to.
But also, the ultimate protect yourself.
Yes, you have to protect yourselves, but you have to let them be aware of it, though.
Yeah.
And I feel like that's what some people don't do.
Mm-hmm.
They don't let them be aware of what it is that causes them to do that. You let them know, like, listen, I understand that your parents were like this and your parents grew you like this.
You don't know better, but it's
you
not
don't
okay.
Know better, but it's not okay. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
It's not okay, and that's the main thing. And once I'm sure when they hear that, that might create some kind of some kind of glimmer, right? They might not change, but it creates some kind of glimmer.
Soften up the branch a little bit. Water the roots a little bit.
For a bit, but this is dry up. It's gonna dry up after. It's gonna dry up.
Keep watering. You have to keep watering.
You have to keep watering, but it's gonna dry up fast. You understand what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
But and to your, and you know, the funny thing, to your point, like I said, like I hear, because I see so much reference of bad parenting, neglectful parenting, narcissistic parenting. I've seen so much of that, right? And I think that kind of like to somebody that doesn't or hasn't experienced that, right? Or doesn't know what that life is, it kind of like skewers their kind of their kind of understanding of how I look at things. You know what I'm saying? Because if I seen all the bad, all the bad already, and all the things that could go wrong, and all the things that don't make no sense, and then you have a situation where you're not even close to that situation, like, how do I look at you as a bad parent? It's impossible, because I know what bad parenting is. I experienced bad parenting on so many different levels, like ridiculous, like abuse, neglect.
Yeah, but I get what you're saying, babe, but two wrongs don't make a right.
I'm saying the level of which people say that you're being bad, because sometimes you have to give yourself grace and say, like, you know what, you might not have made like I may not made 100% decisions, but you made 80, and a lot of people only are making 5, not even 0.
But that doesn't make your 20. That doesn't make your 80. That doesn't make the 20% that you're doing wrong okay.
Because you have no, like I said, when you see when you have no reference, you see when you have no. You see the crazy thing is,
but babe, that's not. I mean,
like I said, When you have no reference, you see when you have no reference.
So it doesn't mean you're just not going to take accountability for the 20. I don't get it.
It's not saying that you don't have to take accountability.
It is though. It's basically you saying I've seen worse, so my 20% of wrong is okay.
Yes, but you can't say
that's what it sounds like.
Yes, but you can't categorize yourself as a bad parent or a neglectful parent.
I agree.
Because these are the things.
I agree.
Are you a neglectful? Are you entitled? Are you narcissistic? Are those things that you fall under the topic? You think you're narcissistic?
Me? No, I'm not narcissistic.
Do you think you're neglectful?
No. I've done neglectful things. But I mean, I'm not neglectful.
Do you think that you're neglectful?
No.
Do you think that you're selfish?
I have done selfish things, but I'm not selfish.
No, that's selfish.
No.
Okay, you get my point now.
Yeah. I'm just
saying you get my point now.
You know what? But I come from the opposite spectrum where my parents obviously nobody's perfect, but my parents were good parents. I've never felt neglected. I've never felt any of those things, right? But I also see that so that to me when there is a 20% of things that are done badly, that to me it's highlighted because I've just seen a majority good.
Exactly. My point exactly. My point.
Because we see things from the opposite side of the spectrum.
My point exactly. But mind you, I've seen great parents too as well. I've seen amazing parents. Mm-hmm. I've seen both. You haven't seen both. I think what makes anybody any kind of reference to anything, if you have for you to have any kind of reference, it's kind of like when I say, like, you know what, people that work out. Like, I use this reference a lot. Like, people that work out. Like, when I see somebody that's not in great shape, and you're a trainer, it astounds me, right? Because your body shows that you don't have what it takes to get there. You're mentally, you don't have what it takes to get there.
You know, okay, sorry, this might be off the topic, but you brought up the working out thing, and it could tie into what I'm saying. Because I work out, you know what I'm saying? I work out, I do my little thing. I'm not saying I'm no fitness thing, you know what I'm saying? But I do my little thing consistently, you know what I'm saying? Somewhat consistently, you know what I'm saying? I know how hard you have to work out to look a certain way. I know how hard you have to work out to look a certain way. So just because a person might not look like, but the thing is, if I'm going to be paying somebody to train me, you have to look the way I want to get to.
Exactly.
To push me to that level.
Exactly. And you see the point you just made just now?
Yeah.
You have to, you know how hard it is to get there, because it's not easy to get there.
Because I do my little thing, I still can't get there.
No, because it's not easy to get there. The mindset it takes in order for you to get there, is crazy.
Yeah.
It's not a normal mindset to get there. They have a six-pack. It's not a normal mindset. So you have to have that kind of willpower in your head, and show me that you have that kind of willpower, because you are now I'll call it a leader, my leader, right? You're the one that's going to lead me to where I need to get to, right? And in order for you to lead me to where I need to get to, I need to see something. I need to see a goal. And I'm looking at you every day. I'm not seeing a goal. So I'm like, okay, what is this, right? I guess, and you know, but like I said, we're spinning off stuff right now. So let's spin back. So what do you think is? Cause you asked me a question now, like what do you do about that situation, right? So what
about a neglectful parent? If you feel like a parent is being neglectful, and you've already tried to bring it up to, so they're, and you already try to bring it up to them, and they're not really changing. You know what I'm saying? Again, all you can do is protect yourself. All you can do is create boundaries to protect yourself and move accordingly. That's my philosophy in life. Literally, that's my philosophy in life. No. If you're trying to resolve an issue and it's out of your control, right? You've tried to resolve the issue and it's out of control. All you can do is create boundaries, protect yourself, and move accordingly.
Yeah.
Period. That's how I feel about a lot of situations in life that you can't control when it comes to, you know what I'm saying? When it comes to like relationships that, you know what I'm saying, are not working for you.
Yeah. Boundaries. So yes. Yeah. So the ultimate thing is the boundaries. Yeah. Well, yeah. Boundaries are definitely. I think. Yeah. I definitely agree. Boundaries, because that's something we talk about too. Boundaries and protecting, because it's one thing that's protecting yourself, right?
And move accordingly. If you're giving 100% and that person's only giving 50, you got to switch up your 100 to 50 and move or even exactly and move accordingly. Because you can't control anybody else. You can't, especially if you tried.
Exactly. You can only control yourself.
You can only control yourself. Life lessons we teach our daughter all the time. You know what I'm saying? Exactly. And sometimes you have to take those lessons and apply them to yourself. You want to teach people that, but you also have to look within yourself and move the same way.
Exactly.
Exactly. Yeah? But that's why I don't got no friends. No new friends.
All right, guys. So quick zap. This is so
that was a successful. Successful
episode
of the
Sometimes I Can't Stand You
podcast. Can you stand me, babe?
Sometimes.
Perfect. That's why we called it that. See?
Yeah.
See?
Let's go.
Cheers.
Cheers.
Love you.